Sarvesham Suprabhatam Namaskaraha. We started our Suprabhatam learning sessions on the 2nd of July, and I had planned to complete it the first week of November. And as Sankalpa would have it, we are completing it a little before Deepavali itself. So our Samaropa Karyakramam is happening today. And it's been a wonderful experience for me to dwell on the word-to-word meanings of the Suprabhatam, because most of the time we listen to it, we don't really get into the intricacies of what is the author's intention of putting such words in this sequence, or what is the internal meaning, what is the sukshmartha, and things like that. So to me, thanks to all of you, it's been a wonderful journey understanding the intricacies of Suprabhatam, I should say. And Suprabhatam, as you all know, is made of 70 slokas. We've already completed the first part of the Suprabhatam, which is called the Sri Venkatesa Suprabhatam itself. Post this, we have three other parts, which is the Stotram, Prapatti, and Mangala Sasanam. We'll be going on to it. Neena Bhagini will share our next course of action after some time. So today, we are here to celebrate the completion of the first part of Suprabhatam, and we are planning to go ahead in our journey. So it's the Samaropa Karyakramam, a time where we communicate our gratitude to Bhagavan for having given us this wonderful opportunity to not just learn something, but we have a tool now to start the day in a divine way. The way it is recited in Tirumala, the way Bhagavan is woken up every day, if we can remember that, that is something great for us to start the day. What else can be better than this? In fact, there is a Subhashitam which is, Shunaf Pucham Iva Vyaktam Vidya Kriyaya Vina. If we learn something, we do not implement it. What is the purpose of it, right? So we have learned it. It is awesome if we can recite this entire Suprabhatam every day. It will hardly take like 10 minutes. If that's not possible, we have 29 slokas. In our everyday agenda, the Palastuti of the Suprabhatam is so beautifully given for us, where it says that if you remember those who recite Suprabhatam in the morning, you get wonderful benefits. So all we have to do is just remember them. So of these 28 slokas, 29th is the Palastuti, 28 slokas, we have 7 days in a week. So per day, if we can recite 3 slokas, which will take less than 1 minute in the morning, and just remember, oh my God, these people in Tirumala recite it. That should be sufficient. Something can't be simpler than this, right? So here we've learned the slokas. It is up to us to get it into our system. So today is our day to thank, to be happy for what Bhagavan has put us through, and also ensure that we will utilize it, for the rest of our life, and pray for our way forward so that we can complete the entire Suprabhatam also, right? So that is the purpose of meeting today. In fact, this is like baby steps. At every step, we look forward to and we say, okay, we are going the right path, we are doing the right things, and then go ahead, right? So that is the purpose of the Samaropa Karyakramam. Conclusion, but a way forward also, right? So having said this, we will move on to today's plan of action, where we will have each of you recite some portion of the Suprabhatam. A few of you will be explaining the meanings. After that, I have a fun activity where we do a recap of the meanings that we've learned in a fun way and conclude for the day. So that is going to be our agenda. Jai Shri Krishna, let's get started. Kala Bhagini.
Sharanu Sharanu Surendra Sannuta Sharanu Shri Sati Vallabha Sharanu Rakshasa Garva Samhara Sharanu Rakshasa Garva Samhara Sharanu Venkatanayaka Swami Shri Raghunayaka Sharanu Sharanu Hare ఎన్నకల ప్రహ్లాద భక్తుడు ఎనమితో మిము కొడువ వేపుడు విన్నపము వినవయ్య దేవర విన్నపము వినవయ్య దేవర वेङ्कटाचलनायका विजय वेङ्कटनायका स्वामी श्री रघुनायका शरणु शरणु हरे पुरहरन गदर मुकुंद माधव गरुड़ गमन पंकजनाभा परम पुरुष भव पंचन केशव परम पुरुष भव पंचन केशव नरमृग शरीर नमो नमो देवा नारायण ते नमो नमो भव नारद सन्मुख नमो नमो जलदिशयन रविचंद्र विलोचन जलदिशयन रविचंद्र विलोचन जलरुह भवनुत शरणयुगा बलिबंधन हो पीजन वल्लभ बलिबंधन हो पीजन वल्लभ नलिनोदर ते नमो नमो देवा नारायण ते नमो नमो भव नारद सन्मुख नमो नमो आदिदेव सकलाकम पूजित आदिदेव सकलाकम पूजित यादव कुल मोहन रूपा वेदोधर श्री वेंकटनायक वेदोधर श्री वेंकटनायक तिरुपति वेंकटनायक राधा प्रिय ते नमो नमो देवा नारायण ते नमो नमो भव नारद सन्मुख नमो नमो
जय श्री कृष्ण लक्ष्मीनाथ समारंभां नाथयामुन मध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्य पर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरु परम्परां ज्ञानानन्दमयं देवं निर्मलस्फटिकाकृतिम् आधारं सर्वविद्यानां हयग्रीवमुपास्महे. We'll start with Kausalya Suprajaram. Jai Shri Krishna.
Can we start? श्रीमते रामानुजाय नमः श्रीमते निगमान्त महादेशिकाय नमः श्री वेंकटेश सुप्रभातम कौसल्या सुप्रजा राम पूर्वा संध्या प्रवर्तते उत्तिष्ठ नरशार्दूल कर्तव्यं दैवमान्हिकम् उत्तिष्ठोत्तिष्ठ गोविन्द उत्तिष्ठ गरुडध्वज उत्तिष्ठ कमलाकान्त त्रैलोक्यं मङ्गलं कुरु.
Unmute, please.
Sorry. मातः समस्त जगतां मधुकैदबारे वक्षो विहारिणि मनोहर दिव्यमूर्ते श्री स्वामिनि श्रितजनप्रियदानशीले श्री वेंकटेश दयिते तव सुप्रभातमरविन्दलोचने भवतु प्रसन्नमुखचन्द्रमण्डले विधिशङ्करेन्द्र वनिताभिरक्षिते वृषशैलनाथ दयिते दयानिधे.
अत्र्यादिसप्तऋषयः समुपास्य सन्ध्याम् आकाशसिन्धुकमलानि मनोहराणि आदाय पादयुगमर्चयितुं प्रपन्नाः शेषाद्रिशेखर विभो तव सुप्रभातम्।
पञ्चाननाथ भव षण्मुखवास वाद्याः त्रैविक्रमादिचरितं विबुधास्तुवन्ति भाषापटिः पठति वासरशुद्धिमारात् शेषाद्रिशेखर विभो तव सुप्रभातम्। ईषत् प्रफुल्ल सरसीरुहनारिकेलपूग द्रुमादिसुमनोहर पालिकानाम् आवाति मन्दमनिलः सह दिव्यगन्धैः शेषाद्रिशेखर विभो तव सुप्रभातम्।
उन्मील्य नेत्रयुगमुत्तमपञ्चरास्था पात्रावशिष्टकदलीफलपायसानि भुक्त्वा सलीलमतकेलिसुतः पठन्ति शेषाद्रिशेखर विभो तव सुप्रभातम्।
तन्त्री प्रकर्ष मधुरस्वनया विपञ्च्या गायत्यनन्तचरितं तव नारदोऽपि भाषा समग्रमसकृत्करचाररम्यं शेषाद्रिशेखर विभो तव सुप्रभातम्। भृङ्गावली च मकरन्दरसानुविद्धजङ्कारगीतनिनदैः सह सेवनाय निर्यात्युपान्तसरसी कमलोदरेभ्यः शेषाद्रिशेखर विभो तव सुप्रभातम्।
येषा गणेन वरदग्निविमध्यमाने घोषालयेषु दधिमन्दनतीव्रघोषाः रोषात् कलिं विदधते कुकुभश्च कुम्भाः शेषाद्रिशेखर विभो तव सुप्रभातम्। पद्मेशमित्रशतपत्रगतालिवर्गाः हर्तुं श्रियं कुवलयस्य निजङ्गलक्ष्म्याः भेरीनिनादमिव विप्रतितीव्रनादम् शेषाद्रिशेखर विभो तव सुप्रभातम्।
श्रीमन्नभीष्टवरदाखिल लोकबन्धो श्री श्रीनिवास जगदेकदयेक सिन्धो श्रीदेवता गृहभुजान्तर दिव्यमूर्ते श्री वेङ्कटाचलपते तव सुप्रभातम्। श्री स्वामी पुष्करणिकाप्लव निर्मलांग श्रेयोर्दिनो हर विरिञ्चि सनन्दनाद्याः द्वारे वसन्ति वरवेत्र हतोत्तमाङ्गाः श्री वेङ्कटाचलपते तव सुप्रभातम्।
श्रीशेषशैलगरुडाचल वेङ्कटाद्रि नारायणाद्रिवृषभाद्रिवृषाद्रिमुख्याम् आख्यां त्वदीयसतेरनिशं वदन्ति श्रीवेङ्कटाचलपते तव सुप्रभातम्। सेवापरः शिवः सुरेश कृष्णानुधर्म रक्षों भुनाथ पवमान धनाधिनाथाः बद्धाञ्जलि प्रविलः सनिज्ज शीर्षदेशा श्रीवेङ्कटाचलपते तव सुप्रभातम्।
धाटीषु ते विहगराज मृगाधिराज नागाधिराज गजराज हयाधिराज स्वस्वाधिकारमहिमादिकमर्तयन्ते श्रीवेङ्कटाचलपते तव सुप्रभातम्। सूर्येन्दुभौमबुधवाक्पतिकाव्यसौरि स्वर्भानुकेतुदिविशत्परिषत्प्रदाना त्वद्दासदासचरमावधिदासदासाः श्रीवेङ्कटाचलपते तव सुप्रभातम्।
त्वत्पादधूलिपरितस्फुरितोत्तमाङ्गाः स्वर्गापवर्गनिरपेक्षनिजान्तरङ्गाः कल्पागमाखलनयाकुलतां लभन्ते श्रीवेङ्कटाचलपते तव सुप्रभातम् त्वद्गोपुराग्रशिखराणि निरीक्षमाणाः स्वर्गापवर्गपदवीं परमां श्रयन्तः मर्त्या मनुष्यभुवने मतिमाश्रयन्ते श्रीवेङ्कटाचलपते तव सुप्रभातम्
श्रीभूमिनायक दयादिगुणाकृताब्दे देवादिदेव जगदेक शरण्यमूर्ते श्रीमन् अनन्त गरुडादिभिरक्षिताङ्घ्रे श्रीवेङ्कटाचलपते तव सुप्रभातम् श्रीपद्मनाभ पुरुषोत्तम वासुदेव वैकुण्ठ माधव जनार्दन चक्रपाणे श्रीवत्स चिह्न शरणागत पारिजात श्रीवेङ्कटाचलपते तव सुप्रभातम्
कंदर्प हर सुंदर दिव्य मूर्ते कांताकुचाम्बुरुह कुट्मल लोल दृष्टे कल्याण निर्मल गुणाकर दिव्य कीर्ते श्री वेंकटाचलपते तव सुप्रभातम् मीनाकृते कमठकोल निरसिंह वर्णिन स्वामिन् परश्वथ तपोधन रामचंद्र शेषांश राम यदुनंदन कल्की रूपा श्री वेंकटाचलपते तव सुप्रभातम्
एलालवङ्गगणसार सुगन्धितीर्थं दिव्यं वियत्सरिति हेमघटेषु पूर्णम् धृत्वाद्य वैदिकशिखामणयः प्रहस्ताः तिष्ठन्ति वेङ्कटपते तव सुप्रभातम् बाष्पानुदेति विकचानि सरोरुहानि सम्पूरयन्ति निनदैककुभो विहङ्गाः श्रीवैष्णवाः सततम् अर्पितमङ्गलास्ते दामाश्रयन्ते तव वेङ्कटसुप्रभातम्
ब्रह्मादयासुरवराः समहर्षयस्ते सन्तः सनन्दनमुखास्तव योगिवर्याः दामातिके तव हि मङ्गलवस्तु हस्ताः श्रीवेङ्कटाचलपते तव सुप्रभातम् लक्ष्मीनिवास निरवत्य गुणैकसिन्धो संसारसागर समुत्तरणैकसेतो वेदान्त वेद्य निज वैभव भक्त भोग्या श्रीवेङ्कटाचलपते तव सुप्रभातम्
इत्थं वृषाचलपतेरिह सुप्रभातम् ये मानवाः प्रतिदिनं पठितुं प्रवृत्ताः तेषां प्रभातसमये स्मृतिरङ्गभाजां प्रज्ञां परार्थसुलभां परमां प्रसूते
Guru, you're muted.
Sudha Bhagini, the first sloka meaning, please go ahead.
Unmute, Sudha.
Yeah. First, I'll start with a disclaimer. Please don't expect the meaning to be like Guru Praveena's. She's so passionate about the whole thing. Anyway, I would like to try and explain the first shloka of Venkatesha Suprabhatam. The reason I chose this was I wanted to start at the very beginning and on an auspicious note at that. This shloka has been taken from the Balakanda of the Valmiki Ramayana. It's the second shloka of the 23rd chapter. Now, we all know that the Venkatesha Suprabhatam has been authored in 1430. Okay, and it has been recited in Tirumala Hills since then. But this particular shloka, recited by Vishwamitra, sage Vishwamitra, has been taken from the Valmiki Ramayana, which means it dates back to the Treta Yuga. And this was actually, Sage Vishwamitra goes to Dasharatha's palace to try and request King Dasharatha to send Rama with him in order to be able to destroy Tataka. Now, Vishwamitra has been instructing Rama and Lakshmana also in various Upadesha mantras, like the Bala Ati Bala mantra. And he very well knew that Sri Rama was himself Bhagavan. And he was actually looking for an opportunity to try and do some service to this Bhagavan. Rama also was aware. And as you know, Bhagavan always is aware of the needs and desires of all his devotees and tries his best to fulfill them. And, you know, Sage Vishwamitra, who's a Brahma Rishi, was also looking for opportunities. And it so happened that when he went there, Rama thought he should give him that opportunity and continued sleeping, even though the sun was coming up, rather. And Vishwamitra seized the opportunity. And how? He just didn't go and say, you know, like, come on, buddy, get up, sun is up, rise and shine. Instead, in his usual fashion, like he went and requested King Dasharatha, like, say, please send that beautiful son of yours with curly locks falling on his forehead, you know, that kind of description of Rama. That is how he used to address Rama, Lord Rama, with all his lakshanas and qualities, rather than, you know, directly send Rama to him. So in this case, he recited this shloka, which is something that I think we are all familiar with, because even though we might not know the whole Suprabhatam by heart, this one shloka sticks to everyone's mind, right? And so that he recited, Kausalya Shukraja Rama, Purva Sandhya Pravartate, Uttishta Narashardhula, Kartavyam Devam Handikam, which means he's requesting Rama, the one who brings happiness, who encompasses the whole entire world with happiness, Rama Eki Rama, that's what it means, who has taken a human form, Shukraja, who has taken a human form and born to the virtuous woman Kausalya. So Kausalya must have done, God alone knows how many penances and austerities she must have gone through to beget Bhagavan himself as her son. Yeah. So he refers to Kausalya first. Then he says, Purva Sandhya Pravartate. Purva here means east. Sandhya has actually two meanings. It's when night meets day or day meets night. It could be Pratah Sandhya or Sayam Sandhya. But here he is referring to the dawn. The sun is rising up in the east and you're still asleep. Come on, get up. Uttishta Narashardhula. He says, get up, rise and shine. Uttishta Narashardhula. Narashardhula, the tiger among men. You know, he compares Rama to the tiger, all the attributes of the tiger. And he says, please get up. You have duties to perform. Kartavyam, duty. What duty does Bhagavan have? So Bhagavan has the duty of Deva Manikam. So this daily rituals that are performed for the divine. Those are the duties of Bhagavan. Now we might think that, you know, only we are the ones who have duties and not Bhagavan, but Bhagavan has to lead by examples for his devotees to follow. And that is precisely what Sri Rama decided Sri Rama was expected to do. And so the sages don't even spare Bhagavan from doing his duties. So what about lesser mortals like us? We all have to do our duties. And I guess I have completed the meaning word by word. So the gist of the sloka is that he is Sri Vishwamitra is actually invoking the blessings of Kausalya first, because where would we be without her? He brought in Kausalya, bringing motherhood, bringing the power of femininity, and also the Bhagavata Smarana. Like, we think of God early in the morning, think of Kausalya first, who's the mother of this divine creation, and goes on from there, says, please get up, the sun is rising, and stand up, do your duty, and bring auspiciousness to the entire world. On this note, I think we have all benefited by this, and listening to the devotees reciting the Suprabhatam itself, like Guru says, gives you the desired results. So I'm hoping it will all rub off on all of us. Thank you so much.
Can I start?
Yes, please go ahead, Mahoday.
Yeah. Namaskaram to everyone. I chose sloka number 18. Turyendu Bauma Bhuta Vakpati Kavya Sauri Svarbanu Ketuti Vishat Parishat Pradhanaha Swadhasa Dasa Charamavadi Dasa Dasaha Sri Venkatesha Suprabhatam Tava Suprabhatam. This is a very, very simple sloka. In the previous slokas, we saw the various devatas, people, scholars, pakshis visiting the shrine and worshipping Bhagavan. In this 18th sloka, we see the Navagrahas worshipping Bhagavan Venkatesha, and they want to contribute in some way to serve the Bhagavan. Actually, I selected this sloka because it related to me a lot. The last 1 year, I've been studying astrology and the learning I've been doing. This, though it's a very simple sloka, it evoked a lot of thought process and memories for me. When we started learning astrology, the first question we always had, why only 9 grahas? And why not 14? Why not 15? While Western astrology doesn't even talk about Rahu, Ketu, the nodes, why are we including Rahu and Ketu here? Where are these mentioned, etc.? So when this sloka came and when Pravina Guru explained this, it really hit us that yes, there is an authenticity in whatever Parashara Maharishi or Jaimini and others have told. They have very clearly mentioned only 7 grahas and 2 nodes will have an impact on us. And this sloka authenticated that. The other thing that evoked interest for me is about the karma theory in this. When you learn Vedic astrology, one thing your masters, your gurus talk about is, irrespective of the position of the grahas, what is destined will happen. So the immediate question that comes to our mind is, then why then astrology at all? Why to learn astrology? Then we can leave everything to God. And but then a beautiful explanation was given is basically, while your birth is due to your karma and your going away is also due to your karma, the path to that will have lots of roses and many thorns, actually. So Bhagavan has provided astrology for you to look at the road and see where are roses, where are thorns. And he helps you to identify thorns and say, hey, here is a thorn, just move away from that and walk, so you'll not get hurt. Here is a humpy ground, or here is a block that you may fall, a pit you may fall. Be careful here. So Bhagavan guides us there. So this is where astrology plays, though the end result and is everything is destined for us, the astrology plays a role. This again, a thought process came to me when I heard this sloka. The other thought process that came to me is actually how beautifully our Sanatana Dharma explains the karma theory. When a child is born, actually, when 2 kids are born, at the same time, on the same day, the position of the grahas is same. But one kid is born in a very wealthy family and one kid is born in a very poor family. Though the grahas are same, the position of them is very similar. What is the reason for this? This is only because of karma theory. No other Western philosophy or anything explains this so beautifully, because nobody can even answer why this happens actually. So this again a thought process that got evoked. And this sloka also tells that the grahas help the last of the devotees in the lineage actually. This is, even if you think it is after birth, I thought that even before birth, the Bhagavan helps us, because if the devotee is going to get a baby, the Bhagavan tells the grahas, hey guys, a baby is going to come for my devotee. And so you be at the right position so that this kid is having a good life. So even before birth, he helps us. And the last of the thought process is, if you see, none of the, or I don't know, maybe Pravina Guru can tell this, Sri Vaishnava temples don't have Navagrahas. Only I think the Shiva temples have Navagrahas. But why then the author here talks about Navagrahas? So when I was thinking, then he clearly emphasizes here that Lord Venkatesha, Bhagavan Venkatesha is the ultimate, irrespective of what grahas, what is written for you, everything. You go and prostrate before him and you do Sharanagati, then he helps you, he guides you. And these are the various thought processes that came to me when I learned this sloka. Dhanyavada.
Suprabhatam. I've chosen shlok numbers 19. First, I'll recite the shlok. Should I start?
Yes, begin. Deshikar.
त्वत्पादधूलिभरितस्फुरितोत्तमाङ्गाः स्वर्गापवर्गनिरुपेक्षनिजान्तरङ्गाः कल्पागमाकलनयाकुलतां लभन्ते श्रीवेङ्कटाचलपते तव सुप्रभातम्. First, I will explain the shloka. Bhagavan is standing on the lotus. The petals, the dhuli of the lotus is touching the heads of the devotees because they are in the feet of Bhagavan. So they are the Sharanagatas. This is the message here. Nijantarangaha. In their hearts, they have only Sri Venkateshwara. They ignore the Swarga and the Moksha. Here is the total surrender of the devotees to the lotus feet of Sri Venkateshwara. The greatness of the darshan of the Venkatesha is compared to even giving up the greatness of Swarga and Apavarga, which is so hard to obtain. Kalpagama Kalanaya. Bhagavan Venkatesha is the avatar murti of this kalpa. After the end of this kalpa, he is going to go off. All these great devotees who are so very close to Bhagavan and who are having the ecstasies of his darshan, they are worried that what are we going to do at the end of this kalpa, although it is billions of years away. But their timeline is different. This is called Bhavanat Ganitam, which is like your emotions decide the time. Now, this was illustrated very beautifully by our Reverend Guru Pravina for taking a shloka from Gopika Geetam. Atati yad bhavan ahanikananam truti yugayate tvam pashyatam. In this shloka, it is meant that Krishna has gone to the forest during the daytime. The Gopikas are not able to tolerate the separation till the time he comes back. So now Truti is one of the smallest measurement of time. But in desperation, the time expands so much for them that one Truti becomes one whole yuga for them. So why I chose this shloka? This shloka beautifully explains the total surrender of the and the intensity of the longings of the devotees. our acharyas, they showed us the path of bhakti through their utmost devotion and their knowledge. An ordinary bhakta always looks up to these great acharyas for their margdarshan. So we feel this is more important. Knowing Bhagavan, I think, is easier than knowing the devotees. And they are the examples we learn from them. When we follow them, we learn what bhakti is. And personally, how I related to this shloka, Tvatpada Dhuli. My name is Renu. Renu means dhuli, the dust. And Brajarenu is a very common word, as Pravina Guru might be knowing, in many verses singing the praises of Radha Krishna and Vrindavan. So I related this shloka to my name also. Thank you. Jai Shri.
Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Shri Krishna, lovely. Raji Bagini, 21.
Sarvesham Suprabhatam. Today I have chosen to elaborate on shloka number 21. This is a very important shloka in Suprabhatam itself. While up to the previous shloka, the poet has beautifully explained the settings of Tirumala, who was visiting there. We had the Sapta Rishis, the Devas, Narada Muni himself, the Ashtadikpalakas and everyone, and he also explains what is happening. But after this, from shloka 21 to 24, the poet focuses on the Namakaranas of Lord Vishnu. While talking of these Namakaranas, the Vishnu Sahasranamam by itself lists 1,000 names of Bhagavan, but in Venkatesha Suprabhatam, Shloka 21 with its 3 lines beautifully invokes Bhagavan's various names, explaining his greatness and his qualities. So I will just recite the shloka once. Shri Bhuminayaka Dayadi Gunamritabdhe Devadhideva Jagadeka Sharanyamurte Shrimanananta Garudadipirarchitangre Sri Venkatachalapate Tava Suprabhatam. So this starts with Sri Bhuminayaka. We all know that God is the Lord of Sri Devi and he is the Lord of Bhudevi too. There are so many references to Mata Lakshmi in the Suprabhatam. Shri, the word Shri itself refers to her. But that he is also the Lord of Bhuma Devi is stated here. In the Varaha Avatara, Vishnu rescues Bhumi Devi and he becomes Bhumipati. Bhudevi encompasses all the lands, the 7 seas, the 14 worlds, and hence the inference is that Bhagavan is the Lord of this entire universe too. And then this goes on to say, Dayadi Gunamritabde. In one word, the poet here explains the qualities of Lord Vishnu. He does not list the names of all the gunas. The primary quality is compassion or daya. But just like compassion, there are so many other nectar-like qualities, Gunamrita Abde, which the Lord possesses, and he is an ocean of such qualities. Then he goes on to address Bhagavan as Devadideva. He is referred to as the God of all gods. In one stroke, Bhagavan's supremacy is established as the Lord of the entire divine community. But this supremacy does not make him unapproachable because he is also the Jagadeka Sharanya Murte. He is the embodiment of giving Sharanagati. He gives refuge to the entire world and whoever his devotees are. He is that form or murti that the whole world can take refuge under. He is the protector of the entire world, irrespective of your faith, irrespective of your beliefs, practices, etc. And then Bhagavan is referred to as Shriman. He is the possessor of Shri. He is the Lord of Mata Mahalakshmi, who is the goddess of prosperity and the goddess of both material and non-material aspects of fortune. That is why, in fact, in several languages, the word Shriman itself is referred to the fortunate ones. It's used as a form of address to refer and to state that person is fortunate. And then the poet goes on to say, Ananta Garudadibihi Architangre. He is the one whose feet are being worshipped by Ananta and Garuda. Ananta here refers to Adisesha and Garuda as his Vahana. Ananta and Garuda are the Lord's eternal companions in all his forms. They are called as the Nitya Suris. The Lord is weighted at his feet by these Nitya Suris. They are the enlightened ones, and they also worship the Lord at his lotus feet. After addressing Bhagavan by all these beautiful Namakarnas, finally the poet offers his morning salutations to the Lord of the Venkatachala hill. We have learned from Pravina Guru that Bhagavan's Nama is more powerful than Bhagavan himself. There have been numerous instances in our Itihasa where, in times of crisis, Bhagavan has rushed to the help of his devotees who invoked his name, be it Draupadi or even Gajendra. Therefore, it is important for us to incorporate his Nama Sankirtanam in our daily lives. To that end, I found this shloka was very, very appealing to me. Dhanyavada.
Hey, Shri Krishna. Lovely. Sujata Mudra Bhagini, final one.
Jai Shri Krishna, Sarvesam, Suprabhatam. I have selected the ultimate shloka, the 28th shloka, as a concluding shloka for this Samaropa. I'll just recite the shloka. Lakshmi Nivasa Niravadya Guneka Sindho Sansara Sagara Samuttarane Seto Vedanta Vaidya Nija Vaibhava Bhakta Bhogya Sri Venkatachalapate Tava Suprabhatam. This is the Dhyan shloka to meditate, to have darshan of Bhagavan. We think, we visualize, we concentrate, and we contemplate about God. So, as the word meaning, Lakshmi Nivas is, as it's said in the third shloka also about Mata Samasta Jagatam, Mata resides in Bhagavan, and that's why he's filled with Karuna, Dayadi Karuna. Bhagavan took avatara, and when he took avatara, he came here to give us the experiences of all his leelas. He likes to be enjoyed by all his bhaktas. He wants to be beautiful. He wants to look beautiful to us. He wants us to admire him. He wants all our senses for Bhagwan. He is in Tirumala so that everybody can visit him and admire him. He's full of gunas. We are in samsara, struggling to come out of this samsara, not knowing the difference between the pain and the pleasure. We are panting to come out of that sagra, and Bhagwan is like a setu who's pulling us out of that ocean. So his pose, which is one hand here and one hand down near the knees, helps us to come out of this ocean. He shows us his feet where we can surrender to him, and he reduces the level of the water up to the knees with his second hand being in that position of Abhinaya, where we can actually cross the bridge with his hand to come out of that ocean. All the Sharanagatas will be protected by him. He is the Setu, and the only way to get a feel of Bhagavan is through the scriptures, as it says, Tattva Prastavatraya, the Upanishads, Bhagavatam, and the Bhagavatam Gita. So I always believe, and I always think, and I always discussed with Guru also, when we talk about learning Sanskrit and learning the scriptures, I feel I really want to learn the scriptures. I want to understand the scriptures to help me come out through the sagar. So Bhagwan wants to be relished by all our indriyas. When we hear his stories, he's happy. We climb the hills of Tirumala and feel so happy. Every step we are getting closer to Bhagwan. Bhagwan enjoys this, and he says, you came all the way to have a darshan of me. So he's very happy. All our five senses are for Bhagwan, and not just the indriyas. Through our mind and intellect also we have to enjoy Bhagwan. Enjoy all the anubhavas, and that's why it's called Bhakta Bhogya. He's the ultimate Bhagwan. All the rishis are documenting all the leelas to understand and enjoy Bhagwan. He's the Lord of Venkatachala Pate. Bhagwan hears the word Bhakta Bhogya. I am here, so all the devotees can enjoy me. I keep stressing on this Bhakta Bhogya because that's the most important part of this shloka. So we are asking Bhagwan to open his eyes and give us a glance of his kataksha. so that everyone who's singing the Venkatesha Suprabhatam can see Bhagwan and he can see all his bhaktas. From the initial slokas, we know the Brahmadevas, the Naradas, the Munivars, the lotuses, the bees, the Gandharvas, the curd churning gopikas, Vaishnavas, and devotees are all singing Venkata Chalapate Tava Suprabhatam. So this can be summed up as in Gita, it says, Pitasi lokasya characharasya tvamasya pujasya gurur gariyan. He is the Lord and we all pray to him. There are, as Guru had already mentioned, about the Swaswarupam and the Paraswarupam. Who are we is the Swaswarupam and who is Bhagwan is the Paraswarupam. So Bhakta is the Swaswarupam. Lakshmi Nivash Vedanta Vaidya Nivadya Gunakaya Sindhu is the Paraswarupam. And why am I here? What is the purpose? That is Bhakta Bhogya. Relish Bhagwan, be of service to him. And how to attain moksha is the Upay Swarupa. Look at my feet and surrender to God. And what is stopping us? The Sansar Sagar is stopping us. So Bhagwan is the Setu to come out. He'll help us to come out and attain the bhakti. Thank you so much.
Jai Shri Krishna. Amazing. Each of you had your own style. What a lovely way of narrating everything. Amazing, amazing. It's really brilliant that we had this discussion from all of you. You know, it was a blessing to listen to this whole thing. So the next part of this session is going to be a recap. Okay. And whoever wants to respond to what you see here can unmute and respond. I'm okay if I hear multiple voices, but if a person has already answered once, let's give an opportunity to another person who would like to answer so that everything is balanced. Okay. So the way it's going to go is you will be seeing something on the screen. Based on that, we will connect it to Suprabhatam and try to answer. Okay. So that's the way it's going to go. It's very short, so I'll start it. Okay. All right, to start with, Sri Venkatesha Tava Suprabhatam. What is the beginning of this particular sloka? This is the last phrase of a sloka. What is the starting of this sloka?
Matas madhukaitbhate
Like that, yeah.
Vaksho viharini manohar divyamurte Shri Swamini Shita Janapriya Danashile Shri Venkatesha Daite Tava Suprabhatam.
Uttam, Samyak. Okay, so let's go to the next question. When you see this, which sloka comes to your mind immediately?
Yosha Ganena.
Yeah, go ahead. Raji Bhagini.
I don't know by heart.
Okay, whoever knows it.
Yosha let me try. Yosha can you help me? Yosha Ganena Varadagni Vimatyamane Goshalayeshu Datimantanati Bragoshaha Niryatyupanta Goshat Kalim Vidadate Kakubascha Kumbhaha Shesha Drishekhara Vibho Tava Suprabhatam.
Well done, Raji.
Okay, so when you see the sloka, is there something else which comes to your mind? What is the speciality, uniqueness of this sloka?
It transports us to Vrindavan.
That's true. As far as this sloka is concerned, I said one more uniqueness for this sloka.
It's a group effort.
The dhwani of
the poetic beauty here.
Kosha, Kosha, Rosha, all.
There's a poetic
everything is there.
Because it's all shabda, a lot of importance is given to the.
Yeah. while they're churning their bangles and everything, all the beauty, the sound is there.
Right, right. Okay. So let's go to the next question now. Okay. When you see the hills of Tirumala, which sloka comes to your mind?
All the hills.
Sheshadri Garudachalane.
Yeah, what is the sloka?
15th sloka, Guru.
15th sloka.
Yeah, who wants to recite it?
I can
Shri
go.
Shesha Shaila Garudachala Venkatadri Narayanadri Vrishabhadri Vrishabhadri
You'll have it on the screen. Vrishadri Mukhya.
Vishadri Mukhyam Akhyam Twadiyat Vasateranisham Vadanti Sheshadri
Shri
Venkatachalapate Tava Suprabhatam. Guru, this particular thing is the 15th shloka, and you did mention that this is the pendant in the whole of Suprabhatam, and that you said that God, Vishnu's Venkatachalam is always looking for us to do something good, or he wants to help us. He's there always to help us, and all of them have how they have all received their place in the 7 Tirumala hills. I love the story where you said that there was a competition between Adishesha and Vayudeva, and Adishesha had wrapped himself around Meru, and at that time Swami asked Narada to sing, and when Narada sang, lulled by the music, Adishesha loosened his grip over Meru, and Pavana used that moment to blow that mountain top out, and that landed here, and that has been named after Adishesha. So that's how Sheshadri always follows Sriman Narayana wherever he is. So this particular part, really, I really love this part. Yeah, thank you.
Lovely, 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 lovely. Wow. Okay, so let's go to the next question. Which is the sloka that awakens Krishna?
Uttishta Govinda, Uttishta Garuda Dhwaja,
Uttishta Kamalakanta,
Trailokyam Mangalam Kuru.
Yeah, the very second sloka, in fact, the first sloka written by this author wakes up Bhagavan, Krishna. Okay. Uttishta Uttishta Govinda, Uttishta Garuda Dhwaja, Uttishta Kamalakanta, Trailokyam Mangalam Kuru. Okay. When you see these numbers, what is something that comes to your mind?
Panchananabjabavash.
Wow, brilliant. I didn't expect this.
Because I have learned it, remembered, by hearted this, remembering these numbers.
Okay. So Panchananabjabavashan 546837. Okay.
Yeah. Panchananabjabavashanmukavasavadyaha Traivikramadicharitam vibudhastuvanti. So in that the numbers come Panchanana, Shanmukha, and Trivikrama means that 3 comes. So the entire numbers are recited here.
Exactly. In fact, Panchanana is 5. Abja is the 4-page Brahma. So it's inclusive. Similarly, Vasava is like 8 vasus. That is also inclusive. So that's why I put the numbers here as 5468. And Trivikrama Avatara.
And the 7 hells.
And 7 is the days, because he reads
Vasara Shuddhi Marat.
Vasara Shuddhi Marat. So
fantastic.
Panchananabjabavashanmukavasavadyaha Traivikramadicharitam vibudhastuvanti Bhashapati patati vasarashuddhimarat Sheshadrishekhara vibho Tava Suprabhatam.
Okay. Which sloka is this?
Ela Lavanga Ganasara Sugandha Keetam दिव्यं वेत्शरितिं
Kapadam we
नेन
don't forget.
गतेषु पूर्णम्
Go ahead, Rekha Bhagini.
धृत्वाद्यवैदिकशिखामणाय प्रहर्षताः तिष्ठन्ति वेङ्कटापते तव सुप्रभातम्.
Lovely, lovely. Okay, when you see a golden lotus, what is that comes to your mind? 100-petal golden lotus.
Ishat Prafulla, no. Sarasiruka.
Sri Padmanabha Purushottama.
There are three lotuses mentioned in this sloka.
Padmesha Mitra Satapatra
Patali Varga, yes, Kannama Bhagini.
Patali Varga, that one.
Yeah. Was that Kannama Bhagini?
Yes.
Okay.
Can I
That
recite it?
Shatapatra is that 100-petal.
Yeah,
100-petal
golden lotus. Yes.
Padmesha Mitra Satapatra Gatali Vargaha Hartum Shriyam Kuvalayasya Nijanga Lakshmya Beri Ninadamiva Bibhrati Tivranadam Sheshadri Shekhara Vibho Tava Suprabhatam.
Beautiful.
So when you see these, what is the sloka which comes to your mind?
All the Gajaraja.
Datishu te
Hayadi Raja.
Vihagaraja, that one.
Nagadi Gajaraja
Hayadi Raja. Swaswadikara Mahimadhikartaya Mante.
Adhikara
Mahimadikamarte Venkatesha Chalapate Tava Suprabhatam.
Okay.
So interesting, Guru. You made it so good for us. Very interesting, Guru.
Okay. When you look at the Dashawataras,
Meena Krite
Kamatha Kola Nrisingha Varnan.
Okay, let me change the question. Can you tell me the names of the 10 avatars as used in this sloka?
Fish.
Matsya Avatara.
What is Matsya used as? Meena.
Kamatha is Kurma. Varaha is Kola. Narsingha is the two face avatara, and Varnan is the Vamana avatara. Then Pashwatha is the Parshuram. Then Shesham Sharam is, I think, Ram.
Kalaki Sharam is Balaram.
Balaram.
Rama is referred as Ramachandra itself.
Ramachandra is Ramachandra itself.
Yeah, and Kalaki Roop is the Kalaki.
Okay.
Yadunandana is Krishna.
Yadunandana Krishna.
Yadunandana is Krishna.
And Swami
in between is Venkateshwara. Yeah, that's again a pendant.
Yes. Okay. Now, when you look at a parrot, what do you remember?
Unmilya.
Unmilya
Yuga Uttama
Pancharastaha Patra Vishishyati Kadali Palapayasani Vasalilamatha Shukha Patanti Sheshadrishekhara Vibho Tava Suprabhatam.
Brilliant. And when you see this deity with both the goddesses, which is
Sri Bhuminayaka.
Sri Bhuminayaka. Sri Bhuminayaka Dayadi Gunamritabhe
Deva Jagadaika Sharanyamurte
Sri
Sri
Venkatesha
Venkatesha Tava
Suprabhatam.
This sloka was explained by Sujata Bhagini now, so she should not answer this. What does this pose of Bhagavan mean?
Samsara Sagara Samuttaranaika
Seto is the bridge. The
Yeah,
last is
so
the
he is the bridge, Samsara Sagara Samuttara.
Yes.
That's why he's having his.
Yeah, the second line.
So that is what I've shown in this picture also. Both the hands are like this. In one, he's reducing the Sagara.
Water level.
He's asking us to surrender. Okay. Now, who authored this Venkatesha Suprabhatam?
Shivaji Bhayankara
Bhayankara Annamacharya.
Annamacharya.
Annan Acharya.
Prativadi Bhayankaram Annan. He's also
Anangaracharya.
Yeah. And people usually call him as PB Annan or Annan Swami. That is also a common way of saying this. And many say Suprabhatam was authored around 1430. Some say between 1420 and 1430. So somewhere around that time, which means it's really, really ancient, right? So this was a fun way to recollect whatever we've learned in the Suprabhatam through the 29 slokas. So
Pravina, I thought the 5 of them outdid themselves. You kind of crowned it, yeah, with this quiz.
Rama, thank you. Oh, they were outstanding today. Amazing, literally.
Really outstanding.
Wonderful it was, I mean. Okay, so that brings us to the next part of this discussion, because we are going to go ahead with Kamala Kucha. I basically want to have some of your feedbacks, experiences, what can be elaborated, what can be reduced, any pratikriya you have, any feedback on the session that we had till now, that would help us to customize the things going forward.
We just don't want any change. I think we enjoyed doing it.
Changes. We want
No
more
change.
and more stories also. Connecting to all the shlokas, you give so many examples, so many stories. Just the way Kalabhagni remembered that story with Sheshadri Hill. So we would
I know
love
that
to.
is amazing, right? Spontaneous and very nice, lovely.
It helps us to remember the slokas when you explain in detail about each word, the meanings and the in-depth meanings. So it helps us to, by heart the sloka easily and remember them. Because at the back of our mind, the meaning keeps coming. So we are able to correlate the words and remember them. So I think what you're doing is an excellent job and we are thoroughly enjoying it, Guru.
Thank you, Guru. I would say that it's a very interesting session, the way you have conducted this. I mean, it's just that sometimes a person like me who's still very new, I'm trying to catch up as the others are already, way ahead. But then I'm a little bit slow, no doubt, but I'm actually enjoying it, how you actually encourage everyone to come in and then testing them on their memories and their learnings. I really enjoyed this. Thank you very much, actually. Thank you. Thank you to all as well.
Can I take a group pic before we conclude?
Yes, please.
Everybody come on video, because whoever's not on video is not on screen. Done.
One thing I just want to communicate is that when we started this, I didn't think that there is something to learn here, because this is Venkatesha Suprabhatam. It's part and parcel of our life. Every day we listen to it, but it has so many intricate meanings. I never thought. Only after listening to Pravina Guru, I mean, it was tremendous actually. This last few weeks, it really opened a lot of horizons for me. Thank you so much.
It was so enriching, Guru. I mean, every word you'd come up with a story, and I mean, there's so much to this. We never knew that there is so much to this Venkatesha Suprabhatam, and you make it the knowledge so complete, whatever we learn from you, it's so very complete, because you just don't say the meaning of the words, what is behind that word, literally how that word emerged like that, that way you explain. So it has been totally enriching, and very grateful to you. Thank you.
And the interpretations are brilliant, actually. Yeah, interpretations are brilliant. Sorry, one I would like to add. I just searched for some books on Venkatesha Suprabhatam, the meaning, etc., in the bookshop, and none I could find actually. I mean, it is wonderful to learn here. Even TTD doesn't have a word-to-word meaning of this book. So I think maybe you should make an effort to publish this as a book, Pravina.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I also second what Suresh said. So for me, like I've been listening to Suprabhatam for maybe last 8 to 10 years, but I didn't know that there is so much into it actually, or within it. I mean, Pravina Guru, you're so passionate about teaching. Awesome. I mean, really, really great. I miss so many classes because of my office hours. I'm based in Singapore actually. So I somehow missed the group also. So I've given my number to add it into the group. But having said that, I mean, I try to make a lot of notes for myself. But it's amazing whenever I just go through some of those notes. So much I have written actually, which means that you have taught us so much that we could write so much, because it's only a 29 sloka, but it's amazing. It's kind of a book for us. So thank you very much, Guru.
In fact, we've now made it into a YouTube video. So if you go to our channel, the summary of whatever we did in class is available. Of course, I have not put the entire elaborate version because our class runs for an hour and a half. 15 minutes of, the condensed version we put in the YouTube. So
yeah, that is really nice, Guru, to refer
Excellent.
now and then. Yeah, that is really good.
We all refer to that.
Really taken efforts, Guru, to edit and make it so concise when you do it on your YouTube. It's really wonderful.
that was so much more difficult than actually doing my sessions. Seriously, this is me.
Guru, I just like to take a
yeah.
I just like to take a minute. I actually, the first meeting I had with you was, I don't know, you may not remember me because I was one among the hundreds there. You had come to Sastra College during the thing. We had teachers training program, Sanskrit 10 days, Win campus, the thing. So there you had come and you brought a lot of slides and pictures, and you had put up an exhibition and you had given a lecture. And it was from that time onwards, I had been keeping your contact number with me. And we have been communicating through WhatsApp. You've been sending me your things like a Tirupavai or all the meetings and all those things you've been sending, which I been going through it, though I never found the time to participate in much of your programs. But when you said you're teaching Venkatesha Suprabhatam, I thought now I must really somehow, again get in touch with you and start my classes. So from those years,
you're based in Tanjavur.
Yeah, in Tanjavur. At that time, I was doing my, I think, Siksha. Parichaya or Siksha, something like that. I had come there for the 10 days course. So you had come there at that time. So, so from that time, I have, I've always had a attraction towards you, and I've been keeping you in my WhatsApp this thing, and we have been exchanging this thing. Though I don't know whether you remember me or not, I don't know. So, but anyhow,
happy to have
by
you.
God's grace, it's just God's will and God's grace that He made me keep in touch with you, so that today I have started a new journey. So I'm very grateful for that. Thank you, Guru.
Dhanyavadaha. Dhanyavadaha.
Thank you.
Neena Bhagini, would you like to explain the way forward? What's our next steps?
I can't imagine the last 3 years have been spectacular, Guru. When we started this journey 3 years back, I didn't think that we would travel together so far. The first Shibiram, do you all remember how we put everything together and we thought that was the end of it? But it was just the beginning. And to realize that after 3 years, this today the Samaropa Karyakramam is at a different level altogether. I'm so proud of everyone who's taken part in this. And I think you lead the way and then you inspire us, Guru. So like today I'm thinking that you are the Setu for us. Okay. So thank you so much. On this divine journey, you are leading us. And at one point when I knew Sudha Bhagini was getting emotional, and I was also getting emotional because it's touching different chords in us, which not too many gurus have been able to do it, because you do it with such passion and such devotion. So thank you very much, Pravina Guru. So we will be actually taking a little short break because Diwali is coming up, and all of us will be a little busy with that. So we will restart on the 5th of November, Guru. And we'll go on to the second part, which is the Venkatesha Suprabhatam, Venkatesha Stotram. And that will be about 11 shlokas. I think it's going to be called as Kamala Kuja and the Venkatesha Stotram. So we'll be starting with that, the part 2, and really looking forward to more learning. And happy Deepavali to everyone.
Happy Deepavali to all.
I'd like to take a minute here to thank Neena for actually putting this whole thing together. While Pravina has been the Setu, Neena pointed the way to the Setu. So I'd like to say thank you very much, Neena. This would not have happened.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I second with you.
Yes.
We all do.
Thank you.
We all are thankful
I think we all
to all
second.
who took the effort.
All of us.
Thankful to all the participants who took the effort for this.
Without Neena's inspiration, all these Samarohas are not possible because
Exactly.
she just.
And
she
she's
knows.
always like, can we have a Samaropa? Definitely.
Yes.
And I'm
And
like,
all of us are on these things, oh yes, now we have to prepare, and how she does it, it's amazing.
I
It's
was
just
surprised
amazing.
because they all just returned yesterday early morning, So I was like, will it be possible? Yeah, everything is possible. So that is the way it is.
Yeah, she has finished her trek and come back, and I never thought she would be participating today.
No, seriously, I won't be surprised if they were trekking on the way and reciting the Suprabhatam also. So that's
Thanks for giving me the opportunity also, Neena. I was so overwhelmed. She chose me also. Thank you so much.
I must definitely say that the recitation, I was like very happy listening to everybody recite this. And the meanings, it was very, very moving, to say the least. I was like, oh my God. Initially, when Sudha Bhagini started, I was like, wow. So, and I was like, okay, now what is Suresh going to say? And he was in a very different pedestal.
Yes.
It was like each one of you who explained it, you had a very different perception to the whole thing. Renu Bhagini had a very different dimension of connecting it with Gopika Geetam. I know she's very attached to Vrindavana. And the penultimate sloka, of course, Sujata Mandra Bhagini, I was surprised she remembered the Artha Panchakam concept, which I explained, because it's kind of technical, the final part of it, the Paraswarupam, Swaswarupam, it's very technical. So I didn't expect that part of it to be covered in this sloka, which was, again, a very interesting thing. And
Raji also.
Raji Bhagini default, she's like,
Why?
Raji is incomparable.
Seriously. So, in fact, she was saying even the recitation by heart.
Yes. Yeah.
The first
She
10 I
feels-
have learnt by memory.
And even during the quiz, she was attempting to recite it from memory rather than seeing the slides. So, Raji Bhagini is.
That is possible with Suprabhatam because I'm connecting the shlokas with two things. One is your stories and meaning. And I'm so grateful I learned that language at least 25% for me to, understand the word, the meanings, the words, how they are connected and all that. So that is giving me utmost pleasure actually.
You are at a different level, Raji.
Yeah.
Raji's
Raji, I
level
thought
is
you
different.
all
Her memory is
29.
different. Her memory
When
is...
I say one Keli Shuka Patanti, I think, oh, Bahuvachanam. That's why it's
Raji, we have to start.
Raji, and then there are others.
Guru,
What's it?
can we continue this? On sometime around, like, so that we all take up this recitation more seriously. Like, today I did 6 and 7. Next time, maybe I could do 2 more, like something else. So, this would hardly take half an hour or so when we all do it together. We will take different shlokas and keep reciting it.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll not interrupt your sessions as such. This can be separate also. This.
Yeah, in fact, that's what I was suggesting. We've learned a lot of things till now. So perfecting that and memorizing that, I think, should be part of our system. So we'll figure out a way to do it, but I think we should definitely get into that. So I think, is there anything left in our agenda for today?
We've
covered
I
it.
think I would like to go with what both the Mahodayas have said about compiling a book, Guru, because there's nothing like having a book in hand, like how we treasure Kala Guru's bhajan book, It's nice to have a book, and if you're ready with it, we will get it, and then the next time you come, we will release it for you. Let us finish the rest of the shlokas, and then we can go ahead. Please.
Possibly once 70 is over, we will attempt to.
Let's do it. Please. Yeah.
Okay. Wow. All right. Okay. So let's conclude our Samaropa. And again, this is a very, very fulfilling experience for me that, all of you, in fact, from the recap activity also, everybody could relate to the questions. So that is itself a very fulfilling experience.
Guru, but the whole session, your face was glowing. I mean, you're it looked as though you're pleased with all of us, and your face is
100%.
really glowing. Different expression
Well
altogether.
said, Rekha Vagiri. I was watching Guru all the time.
Yeah, I was watching you, Guru.
Beaming.
Actually.
She's happy with her students.
Definitely,
Yes,
all of
yes.
you so much of effort. It's amazing, right?
Really, really, there. Koti Dhanyavada, we should say, Guru.
Dhanyavadaha. So happy Deepavali to all of you. Shubha Deepavali, and we will meet on 5th, where we will start with the Kamala Kucha, the Venkatesha Sloka. Kayena vacha manasendriyaiva buddhyatmana va prahrude svabhavat karomi sakalam parasmai narayanaayeti samarpayami sarvam Shri Krishna arpanamastu. Jai Shri Krishna. Dhanyavadaha. Ram Ram.
Dhanyavada, Guru.
Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Shri
Bahut
Krishna.
bahut
Dhanyawad.
Happy Diwali to everyone.
Happy
Yeah.
Happy
Diwali.
Deepavali.
Happy Diwali to all.
Shubh Deepavali to everybody.
Dhanyavada, Guru. Thank you so much.
Dhanyavadaha.
Thank you all again once more. Thank you, Guru Pravina.
Dhanyavadaha.
Really enjoyed all your session.
Big
Thank you.
clap to everybody. Very well done. Very well.